Hello friends, today I'm going to discuss another concept that is called web services. In the last videos I given information about Ajax and how it works and how Ajax architecture will be there and what are the steps of operations that is there in Ajax and a practical live example for Ajax program, okay, by displaying an image in a part of a web page. Okay, let's see another concept which it is called a web service. Okay, so what are web services actually? So there are more than one way to answer. So what is web service actually? But essentially a web service include any software application or a cloud technology that provides the standard web protocols, that is HTTP or HTTPS, to interoperate, communicate and exchange the data messaging. In the form of usually a XML, like through an internet, there is a extensible markup language. So in other words, a web services or XML centered data exchange systems that use the internet for application to application, that is A to A communication and interfacing. Okay, here I mentioned like it's a standardized medium to propagate communication between a client and server applications on an internet, like World Wide Web. Okay, so these process involve programs, messages, documents, anchor objects and or different objects also. So the key feature of a web service is that an application can be written in various languages and or still able to communicate by exchanging the data with one another via web service, so between client and servers. Okay, a client summons a web service by sending a request via XML and the service then responds with an XML response. So the web services are often associated with SOA, that is service oriented architecture. So here to break down web service comprises with these different functions. So the functions are like available over the internet or internet networks, and a standardized XML messaging system, independent of a single operating system or programming languages, self-describing via a standard XML language, and discoverable through a simple location. So here whatever the thing that I mentioned in a diagrammatic representation, a web service supports the communication among numerous applications with HTML, XML, WSDL, SOAP and other open standards here. So which XML tags the data and a SOAP transfers the message and a WSDL describes the service accessibility. Here's an instance of how it works. So this diagram, like a web service sits between two sets of Java, .NET or PHP applications, providing a way for these applications to communicate over internet or a network. So on one side, for example, a Java application interacts with a Java, .NET and PHP applications. On the other end, by the way of web service communicating independent languages. Okay, as you can see the figure which can communicate with another application through web service only over a network. For example, a Java application can communicate with the Java, .NET and PHP application. So web service is a language which is an independent way of communication. So the main the purpose, so here the web service offer different benefits across business operations. The technology that help IT pros and web architects streamline the connectivity by minimizing the development time. So and with this simplified infrastructure, a company executives begin to see higher returns of investment. So this is how the web service provide efficient technology which distribution throughout an entire network. Okay. So let's see here we have like a very simplistic view of how a web service would able to actually work. So it's a software or a module which it is designed to perform a certain set of tasks. So the web service can be searched over an internet, like we can have a client and server. The request is coming from the server, request from the client to the server, and server can host a web service. It will ask a web service to do some activities like that, and then finally the response will be sent back to the client. This is how a normal communication will be there. Okay. Here client would invoke a series of web service calls via request to the server. These requests are made through what is known as RPC, right, remote procedure calls. Okay. So now as an example, I give one, like Amazon provides a web service that provides prices for product sold on online, that is Amazon.com. And the front end, a presentation layer can be in .NET or a Java, but either programming language would have the ability to communicate with web service. Okay. So here, why do you need a web service? So what is the importance of using this web service? So modern day business applications use a variety of programming platforms to develop their web applications. Some application may be developed in Java, and other it will develop in .NET, while AngularJS, Node.js, and what are the different web languages are there that is developed by using different sources. So most often than not, these heterogeneous applications need some sort of communication to happen between them. So since they are built using different development languages, so it becomes really difficult to ensure accurate communication between applications. So here where the web service comes in the picture, web service provides a common platform that allows a multiple application built on various programming languages can have the ability to communicate with each other. The simple will take simple information. If you develop a different application, like by using different programming language, if another wants to develop in another programming language, then if you want to communicate with two applications, then we have to use a web service. The web service will do a communication with different languages, with providing different services. Okay. So let's see what are the different types of web services are there. So a few central types of web services, or first one is that is actually a major will have XML RPC, and then that is UDDI, and then SOAP, SOAP, Simple Object Access Protocol, and REST. Okay. So here there are different protocols, or the different web services are there, types of web services. Those we can also call as different web service components. So actually the XML RPC, that is remote procedure call, is the most basic XML protocol to exchange data between a variety of devices on network. So it uses HTTP to quick and easily transfer the data, communication, other information from a client to server. That is the first one actually, that is XML RPC, that is not mentioned here. And another one is that is UDDI. UDDI nothing but it's here a universal description, discovery and integration. It is also an XML based standard for detailing, publishing and discovering web services. So it's basically an internet registry for businesses around the world. The goal is to streamline the digital transactions and e-commerce among company systems, which it will take care of by UDDI. Okay. In the meaning itself, it is there universal description, discovery and integration. Okay. So let's see another one component, that is called SOAP, which it is called described in a detailed. Here it is an XML based web service protocol to exchange data and documents over HTTP or simple mail transfer protocol. So here it allows independent processes operating on disparate systems to communicate using XML. Okay. And last but not least, that is REST, REST. Actually here which will also described in a great detail actually in later slides. It provides the communication and connectivity between devices and the internet for API based tasks. Most RESTful services use HTTP as supporting a protocol here. Okay, here some well-known web services that uses a markup language. Let's see that also, which it will give you a simple information. So which it has some template, web template, a JSON RPC, a JSON WSP, a WSDL, and WSCL, WSFL, and metadata exchange, and XNS. Like there are different well-known web services that uses markup language. So among them, first one is SOAP, that is Simple Object Access Protocol. So here, which it is known as Transport Independent Messaging Protocol. Okay, it's a transport independent messaging protocol. It's based on transferring XML data as SOAP messages. Each message has something which is known as an XML document. So only the structure of XML document follows a specific pattern, but not the content. The best part of a web service and the SOAP is that it's all sent via HTTP, so which is the standard web protocol, right? So here, what a SOAP message consists of? What are the different components which it has? Like here, the SOAP is a W3C recommendation for communication between two applications and platform independent. And here, if you want to access the different web services, then you have to use this, right? So what are the different messages it contains? So each SOAP document needs to have a root element called envelope. The root element is the first element, which is an XML document, and envelope is turned into two parts, which it is called a header, and the next one is a body. Okay, I'll show you in a diagrammatic representation, then it's easy to understand to you. A header contains a routing data, which is basically the information which it tells XML document to which client it needs to be sent. And another one, the body, will contain the actual message. So let's see the diagrammatic representation, how it shows a simple example of a communication via SOAP. Okay, here we have like the SOAP information. First root element is that is envelope, right? So I given some message like get tutorial info, and that is ended in XML format. And one is a name, will have a web service like that. A client will communicate and with the server. So let's have a look about messaging, how a SOAP message will work. Actually, the SOAP messaging framework, which it defines for XML elements for packaging arbitrary XML messages for transport between systems. So which it has different tags like that, which it is a predefined tags, which it is already included in web services. First one is envelope, and a header, a body, fold, etc. Okay, let's see an example for a SOAP messaging. We'll have like a SOAP environment, that is envelope. First one is SOAP envelope, and here we have to use two things, that is SOAP namespace, and another one is web, which it access from an internet like that. Okay, we have to specify SOAP name services, then it's easy to communicate with the other applications. Okay, and another one header, and under we have a body section, a body part like that, a SOAP envelope, which it contains a body, another which it is ended with a SOAP body and SOAP envelope. This is a messaging, a SOAP messaging. Okay, so let's see what a SOAP message envelope will have. First, embedded information like a namespaces and encoding information. Just now I given information like which it is, this is a namespace, this is a namespace, okay, and this is encoding information. And then we can have a header. This is an optional, can able to hand intermediaries. And here the body, it is a mandatory, that which it is handled by ultimate receiver. At the receiver side, which it comes a message, right? So we have to specify a body also. And what are the different advantages of SOAP web services? Let's have a look about the web services, which it is have like first one is that wireless, web service security. So web service security, that is the first one. What is the advantages of that? And another one, which it is there called language and platform independent, which it is a second advantage in a particular SOAP services. Okay, and let's see what is the main importance of this what web service security. Okay, So mainly this is secure related information which it has like in a web service. The whatever the information, whatever we are transferring, which it defines its own security known as web service security. Okay, so which it has own security. So that here under language and platform independent means like here the web service can written in any different programming languages, and it can be executed in any platform, right? So it's platform independent. And let's see, have a look of about disadvantages of SOAP web services here. So slow here means like SOAP. I mean here it uses XML format that must be parsed to read. So it defines many standards that must be followed while developing and SOAP applications. So it is slow and consumes more bandwidth and the resources. Okay. So and one more thing that is the WSDL dependent. That means here which a SOAP uses a WSDL and does not have any other mechanism to discover the service. Okay.